I found out my husband was cheating because of a birthday cake. Not because I saw messages, not because someone told me, because of a stupid chocolate cake sitting in my refrigerator. My husband Vikram and I had been married for 6 years. We weren't perfect, but I genuinely believed we were stable. We had routines, inside jokes, Sunday grocery trips. He kissed my forehead every morning before work. At least he used to. About a year ago, things started changing slowly. He became protective of his phone, started working late, stopped looking at me during conversations, and somehow every argument became my fault. You're too emotional. You overthink everything. You always assume the worst. Classic. Still, I convinced myself marriage had phases. Then came my birthday. I turned 31 that Thursday. Nothing extravagant planned, just dinner at home. Vikram claimed he had an urgent office meeting and would be late, but he promised we'd celebrate over the weekend. I acted understanding. Truthfully, I cried while folding laundry. Around 10 p.m., I heard keys at the door. He walked in carrying a beautiful chocolate truffle cake from an expensive bakery I loved. "Happy birthday," he said casually. I forced a smile, but the second he placed the cake on the counter, something felt wrong. Written across the top in pink frosting were the words, "Happy birthday, my love, Ananya." My name is not Ananya. The silence after that felt unreal. Vikram froze. I stared at the cake, then at him, then back at the cake. For one full second, neither of us spoke. Then he whispered, "I can explain." Which, honestly, are probably the most terrifying words a married woman can hear. Turns out Ananya was a woman from his office, 24 years old, worked in marketing, apparently understood him. I remember laughing, not because it was funny, because my brain genuinely couldn't process the humiliation. He tried blaming stress, distance, our constant negativity. Meanwhile, I was standing there holding candles I had bought for my own birthday. The affair had been going on for 8 months. 8 months. And the worst part? My mother-in-law knew. Actually, she didn't just know, she encouraged it. According to Vikram, she thought I was too career-focused and not traditional enough. That broke me more than the cheating. I moved out the next morning. For weeks, I barely functioned. I cried in grocery stores, in cabs, in the shower. Then one night, my best friend said something that changed everything. If they treated you like an option, stop acting like losing them is a tragedy. So I stopped crying and started planning. Not revenge like screaming or keying cars, better revenge, silent revenge. See, Vikram's family had a spotless social reputation. His mother practically worshipped appearances. So when relatives started asking why I wasn't attending family events anymore, I simply told the truth. Calmly. No exaggeration, no drama, just facts. He had an affair. His mother supported it. I left. That's it. And slowly, everything collapsed. Relatives stopped inviting them places. People whispered at weddings. His mother became obsessed with controlling the rumors. Meanwhile, Ananya dumped him 3 months later after discovering he was still legally married and begging me to come back at the same time. Pathetic. Then came the final twist. 6 months after our separation, Vikram showed up outside my apartment holding flowers. Actual flowers, like we were in some low-budget romantic movie. "I made a mistake," he said. I looked at him for a long moment. This man had lied to me for months, destroyed our marriage, humiliated me, then expected forgiveness because life got inconvenient. And suddenly, I felt nothing. No anger, no heartbreak, nothing. So I smiled politely and said, "You should have brought the right cake the first time." Then I closed the door. And honestly, that was the most satisfying sound I'd heard in years.